Oh my god. Oh, guys. No way. New tweets from Tina calling Brad an abuser. Oh no, dude. Brad's world is about to come crumbling down. Dude, this is so... Dude, I feel kind of bad, but it is exciting, isn't it? It's like, ooh, what's going to happen next? I'm rooting for you while bouncing on some other guys. Oh, well, yeah, no, I mean, is that crazy? We've got a final little scrap here of Brad Taste stuff too. So this was posted on YouTube Drama. Obviously, I covered the Brad Taste video yesterday and said my piece about it. I thought it was a great segment, if I do say so myself. So let's have a look. Apparently Brad's editor gave their side of the story. And this editor, remember, is the person that I think made claims of like financial stuff because Brad hadn't paid them properly or something, right? A bit after the incident between me and Brad, I tried to reach out to him to clear up the air between us involving the money situation. He was dismissive to me, so I gave up. A few days after, I received a DM from a third party telling me Brad wanted to talk, so I did. In there, he apologized to me, saying that what I did was what I had to. I mentioned that I shouldn't have went publicly as quickly as I did, and things worked fine. I told him I wasn't interested in pursuing a proper friendship again, and we went on from there.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
In the UK, you can check if someone is a solicitor. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, to be honest with you, I don't really need to look into it to that detail. I'm just happy looking at his public statements and just kind of sussing out a bit what he could be talking about. So I don't need to know definitively. I've just got enough to really question his claims about his legal background. Thank you for the super chat. Smoking Joe Fritzl. A few days later, however, I received a phone call from Brad from in front of the police station. He was screaming and crying and told me he was just arrested for domestic abuse. This is his editor. He had some drama with this person because he apparently didn't pay them in a timely fashion or something. I can't remember, dude. It was so long ago. There's been so much Brad Taste stuff that's happened. But that's the quickest, most straightforward way I can think to say it. He told me he just screamed at her, but I was skeptical and figured there had to be missing details. Not totally unreasonable. I stayed on the phone with him until he was at a hotel and safe. He told me things that his fiancée had done, but without much detail. He mentioned that she turned the Hive Mind crew against him and bragged into his face that nobody likes you anymore. Fucking hell, dude. Oh my god, dude. This is so bad. All this because he decided to make a video he didn't need to make, revealing a bunch of embarrassing private information. Brad, no, don't do it. He pleaded with me to not talk to my fiancée, which I didn't in part because I didn't really have a proper way of reaching out to her, but heard from a third party who did talk to her that all she did was film her yelling and send it to Hive Mind. I mean, that is the final piece of the puzzle, really, isn't it? That is the last thing that we need. We need this recording. We need this recording. Tina, if you're listening to this, for the sake of transparency, for the sake of truth, it is crucial that you release the recording, and I will happily release it exclusively on your behalf. And I won't say anything at first, I'll let it play, and everyone can decide, and then I'll talk about it, okay? Release the tapes, Tina, release the tapes. Okay, so that would be good to... Unironically, it'd be very good to get that. And I'm not just saying that because I want to laugh at Brad Taste. It is partly because I want to laugh at Brad Taste. It's also because I think legitimately it's reasonable to like hear the call and see what we think about it. Because obviously even Brad himself has painted it in the worst possible imaginable light. So it would be good to get it just so we can see and make sure what it is. Release the Brad Taste files. After the situation went quiet, but the whole thing continued to bother me. So many details didn't add up to me. Eventually, I realised that Brad wasn't someone I wanted to keep connections with, considering the incident between us and what I had just learned. That's fairly reasonable. I later cut off contact with him and tried to put this whole thing behind me. However, one thing continued to bother me, and that was the online association I currently had with someone who I learned was convicted of DV. Okay, hang on a second. Words mean something, okay? He was not convicted of domestic violence. That would mean that a fucking jury found him guilty of doing it. No, he was arrested for domestic violence, which is actually not uncommon if a couple's having an argument and the police turn up and they take the fella away. He wasn't even charged. I don't think he was even charged with it, was he? That's... Dude. I don't think he was charged. I think he was just arrested. And then I think he was let out the next... Well, I don't know the time frame, but he was let out soon after that. I think it was literally, you know... The police will do it just to calm things down. I've never been arrested for domestic violence. But that's only because I've never been caught. No one was convicted of DV. Obviously wrong. Oh my god, dude. I wanted that connection gone. So I tried to email back Brad professionally, asking for the removal of any videos featuring me. However, I didn't receive a response from him directly. Hello, Brad. I'm writing as I wanted to request that you remove or unlist any video that prominently features me throughout its runtime. Also, sorry, just to go back to that point. I don't think this person is being crazy unreasonable, like malicious. I just think they genuinely don't understand the difference between an arrest, a charge, and a conviction, and they're mixing it up. So I just think they don't get it. But obviously, yes, arrest is not a charge, nor is it a conviction. They're just retarded. They're just fucking retarded. Don't understand the legal system, you know. And it's, if you don't want to be associated with someone that's been arrested for domestic violence, that's your decision at the end of the day, you know. Even if you describe it inaccurately. Hello, Brad. I'm writing as I want to request you remove or unlist any video that prominently features me throughout its runtime. Due to the circumstances in August, I no longer feel comfortable appearing in these videos and feel they no longer represent my current presence on the internet. And then lists these videos. She sucked my cock. And then a bunch of other stuff. Instead, he tells someone else that I should have apologized for slandering him. Ooh! And he owes me no favors, and that he wasn't going to take the videos down. I saw the response and realized there was no use fighting it and left it be. I redacted. Happy to hear from you. I have no idea where I was emailed by Peruco, but she unfollowed me on everything and just cut contact. I don't know when. I'm still pretty upset that she never apologized publicly for slandering me or anything. Yeah, the Peruco stuff. I don't think that Brad did anything crazy wrong there. I think, if I recall correctly, he was just almost haphazard in how he paid them or something. I don't think he was holding back money. I think it was genuinely a forgetful type thing, and I think it was if it was overblown. But obviously at the time, Brad was on a bad turn with all the drama stuff. So I think people just immediately were like, yeah, he totally ripped this person off, da da da. Never apologized for telling me. She made a giant mess of my reputation, and the last thing I'm in the mood to do is a favour for her. She agreed to be part of the videos, knowing fully what that involves, and honestly, I'd rather keep up the content so it can give people vids to watch. I don't owe her any favours. I actually side with Brad on this, I must say, because you agreed to be in a video. You know, there was no agreement that you were going to take it down. So now you're insisting that someone take down you know, a part of their business, a revenue generating part of their business because things have changed, well, that wasn't the agreement. Like, tough shit. You're in the video. Unlucky. I don't think you get to, after the fact, say, I'm not happy with that, and then get the video taken down because, you know, they've put effort into putting that up on the basis it's going to be there generating revenue, or just, like he says, a video for people to watch on the channel. So yeah, I don't really buy this, you know, or he didn't take it down and that's bad. And I do think that he's got grounds to be frustrated with you because you did overstate things and did make him look as bad as you possibly could. I mean, in this very tweet series, you have said that he got convicted of a crime, which isn't true. Like, you know, I don't really buy this idea that he owes it to you to take the video down. Now, fast forward today, and I discover that Brad has been publicly come out about the DV charge. Well, at least we've taken a step back. So we've gone from a conviction to now it's just a charge. This is what I mean. They don't understand the difference. They're just an idiot, right? But obviously it wasn't even a charge. It was a fucking arrest. In what is a weirdly manipulative video involving the situation. I don't know the full details about what happened between Brad and his fiancée, but I have one thing I need to say. The video is odd, manipulative, sure. I don't have a problem with that. That's probably a fair way of describing it. So that's fine. That's fine. Not got a problem with that. Brad, you need to get off the internet and YouTube. Your relationship with this channel is no longer healthy, and I'm pleading with you to get rid of it before either you or someone else gets hurt again. Oh my God, dude. Bit dramatic. But, you know, it is true that it's bad for his mental health, I guess, but a little bit dramatic. A little bit dramatic. The whole situation has left me genuinely confused and brain fucked. And sitting on the nuclear bomb of information that was Brad's DV charge didn't help. I mean, it's true that it is fucking up his mental health and he's bad at this stuff. But also, I don't really... Like, before someone else gets hurt again is probably excessive. The only person at this point that I think Brad is going to hurt is himself. So, yeah, that's my take on that. Anything else on this? The editor gets their revenge. Oh. Oh my God. Oh, guys. No way. New tweets from Tina calling Brad an abuser. Oh no, dude. Brad's world is about to come crumbling down. Might be time to deplatform my abuser. Give me some time. I don't like that. I don't like that. That feels like malicious. Maybe if he's really bad, I could understand feeling like that, but you probably shouldn't say that out loud. Dude, this is this is self-inflicted. Brad has done this to himself. He released a video that he didn't need to release, and now it's let all the fucking can of worms open. So absurd. Dude, there's loads of fucking extra shit here. Dude, oh my God, it's good. Yes, dude. This is great. I'm very pleased this is happening. But I do feel bad for Brad, potentially, dependent on what info comes out. Regardless of the status of your relationship, if you were yelling through a door, she was absolutely right to record you. It was not through a door. It was top volume, an inch from my face, till I was literally covered in spit. I thought it was through a door. Oh! Oh my God, dude. No way. Okay, that could look real fucking bad. That could look bad, couldn't it? Dude, this is so... Dude, I feel kind of bad, but it is exciting, isn't it? It's like, ooh, what's going to happen next? Very good stuff. Very exciting news. Yeah, what is subreddit saying? Oh, not much on this one. I wonder if Tina's going to feel compelled to share her side now. I can totally understand how this would be triggering and she just want to move on. But on the other hand, Brad just put her on blast for the whole world to see. I'd be pissed. Okay. So there's that. I mean, in fact, we can just, I think we can just scroll through this. New posts. So yeah, the op block went over this yesterday. Shout out to the op block, by the way. I understand the op block was defending my honor from Rose's lies. So thank you for that. I appreciate that, okay? Thank you. Thank you. New Tina comments from the op blocks live. Did Tina break up with Brad? I never sent the audio recording to his friends. I sent it to his mom, my mom, and one friend in Detroit. Nobody at Hive Mind. I sent it to his mom. Okay. That's kind of deranged. Sending it to his mother is crazy. Right? Sending it to your mom is fine. Totally legitimate. Fine. Friend in Detroit, I think is okay if you're like close friends. But sending it to his mom is crazy. That's very, like, intrusive and excessive. Like, why does his mom need to hear this? Because the other thing as well that I think you don't really see with that is his mom is going to take his side no matter what. Unless he does something totally crazy that's like disowning, like nonce shit, right? His mom is obviously always going to see his side. And I think that played out here because his mom ended up taking him to rehab and stuff.
Okay, that's wonderful.
So it just seems kind of worthless and pointless to send it anyway.
Brad and Bossman Jack share the same phenotype. Physiognomy is vindicated. Change my mind.
Thank you, Neon, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you. So that potentially, some of that is okay, but I just really am. This sending it to the mom thing sounds like malicious in some way. I'll be releasing something with the help of my therapist, and probably after having it approved by a lawyer. Ooh, dude. No way. Dude, we're getting some more fucking content. Let's go. Yes. Who thought that Brad Taste would pull us out of the mire of the pirate software farm that I have been doing for the last month and some of you have felt stuck in? Thank you. Thank you, Brad. Thank you. Costco switched to Coke. Okay. But I'm also working on getting the police report too. I have evidence of abuse dating back to 2019, long before he was signing my paychecks, lol. Okay. I think Brad is going to look really bad in this. I think that Brad is going to get exposed. My prediction is Brad is going to get exposed as like a piece of work. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, dude, it's gonna. Oh man. What about her though? The thing is my concern is, what if there's stuff on her side that is going to be obfuscated in that, and everyone's just going to believe what she says because it's believe victim still. We'll have to wait and see. But I mean, dude, the problem with Brad is you can look at his public behavior. And it's very obvious. Yeah, exactly. The dude isn't stable. Exactly. It's very obvious that he's a totally unstable, wretched, mentally ill freak. You know? So it's not so hard for me to believe that behind the scenes he's doing crazy shit to this Tina person. Obviously, we need something more than that. But I mean, the way he's been acting is obviously ridiculous. You know? Like that when he was crying at that one album, it was just deranged. Oof. I meant to say dude and I said oof at the same time. What else have we got here? For the last year and a half of our relationship, yeah, I was essentially his peer manager, PR, bookkeeper, caretaker, etc. I will explain more in time for sure. Looking back, Brad always seemed kind of off, to be honest. I've been biting my tongue for so long, I wanted to see him be rehabilitated. The doctor I was working for at the time as a medical assistant moved out of state and my chronic pain was getting much worse. He essentially begged me to quit my job. Lots of evidence, lots and lots. Oh my god, dude. I've truly been rooting for him since he was going to intensive outpatient therapy.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Hey!
But how do I make money off depressed people?
Chud, can you give me a fortnight challenge?
If you just want me to give you a fortnight challenge, just for the sake of the video, I can do that. But I mean, like, come on, man. Really? I don't fucking know. Do the pistol challenge or something. I don't fucking. You make you whatever. I'm not gonna do it anymore. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of the fortnight challenge. Thanks for the $5 though. So, if this is to be believed, Tina is actually rooting for him apparently, unless there's proof otherwise of DMs or something that suggested she was going to release something. Brad has literally just made a rod for his own back. I don't believe it. He has made a rod for his own back. He has caused this to happen by making a video he didn't need to make. Oh dear, Braddy boy. That's, oh, tough situation. Tina's lying. Possibly, but we need something. Intensive outpatient therapy. Now I'm getting people in my DMs telling me to KMS. I wanted it to be private. I'm rooting for you while bouncing on some other guy's cock. Well, yeah, no, I mean, is that crazy? I mean, obviously, you know, she doesn't want to be with him anymore. There's problems, but she wants him to get better. But she's looking to move on with something else because it's a done relationship. Or is that to do with them being together? I don't know. But I don't think that's that crazy. I mean, obviously it is crazy. The whole situation. But I mean, I kind of get it somewhat, I guess. When I release a statement, it will be released independently of any channel or specific outlet. Damn. Was that Outblock trying to get an exclusive? I get it. Honestly, that, in all seriousness, is the best thing to do. Because if you do it through a channel, it's going to be mired by that channel. Whereas if it's you as the source putting it out,
but how do I make money off depressed people?
Hey Chud, humble viewer here wondering if you could give me a fortnight challenge. Wow.
Thank you for the super chat. What was the meme from Nicotine? I can't remember. I'm not giving you a fucking fortnight challenge, okay? I've been doing this for years. I've run out of ideas. Come up with your own fucking challenge. Fucking loser. Barbsy, thank you for the 5 gifted. Appreciate that. Thank you.
At Dean01XV2V became a member.
Wishing you the best, hon. It sucks you have to go through this. Ha 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 ha.
But how do I make money off depressed
Thank you, Barbsy, for that. Appreciate that for the 5 gifted. Time to make the video. I'm not really interested in protecting him anymore. Just my own peace at this point. Brad is going to need to have some sort of evidence that Tina was thinking about coming forward. In order for, like, him not to look like a total freak. Because otherwise, he's just released a video addressing all of this for no reason. Prompting, obviously, Tina to wanting to speak up about her side of it. Because she's intricately linked to his channel, and obviously the viewers know who she is. So him talking about it is obviously going to put her on blast. Jesus Christ, dude. Oh, man. This is let sleeping dogs lie, okay? Sometimes you gotta let sleeping dogs lie, and Brad unfortunately never learned that lesson, it seems. What's Opblocks Live? Random drama streamer on YouTube. Oh! Dude, that's tough. That's better than I get, though. I normally get some sort of deranged comment about what a fucking, like, racist I am or something. Anyway. I'll take random drama streamer if I were you. Couple more screenshots. Also, guys, I don't know if I mentioned this, right? like, credit to the op block here, because I think I did briefly mention it. The op block tweeted out about this in February, but no one saw the tweet. And I was in that kind of difficult position of Rose had said something and I was a bit like, you know, feels a bit wrong to come out with it. But op block was on the case. Op block put the pieces together. It's just unfortunately because he's a random drama streamer, no one really noticed. But he did like talk about it, you know. So good on op block. Okay. Dude, she is really spilling the beans here, isn't she? For me, as his partner, every time he was on weed, the abuse got so much worse. The weed made it worse. The weed made it worse. Oh my god. Weeded out of his mind. You fucking bitch. Where's my munchies, bitch? Where's my fucking munchies, you whore? That is outrageous. I need to change the title as well. I thought this was going to be a little mini segment, but we're really getting into it. Tina responds. No, Brad's tastes girlfriend responds to abuse discussion. Abuse video. I don't fucking know what to call it. I mean, you know, it's so difficult to say. But obviously he was saying that she did things. We'll have to see what the evidence is. But honestly, I think, Brad needs help, man. Brad needs fucking help, dude. He needs a guy, an unbiased person, to come and help him wade through this, because he has totally fucked himself here. And if Tina puts out a response that is damning, without a decent response for him, he's going to be fucked. His audience are going to eat him alive. He needs like a PR guy or something. And the thing is, if he is a total piece of shit, then whatever, I don't care about that. But if it's like, there's his side and people don't get to hear it, and his audience is just going to fucking believe Tina, it just feels a bit fucked. Like, he's got the kind of audience that will just tear him to shreds over this, and will likely be unwilling to give him the benefit of the doubt. So I can already see this coming out and it just crucifying him further. Oh man, I actually do feel bad for him, as funny as I find all of this. Tough situation. For me as his partner, every time he was on weed, the abuse got so much worse. 2020 August, 2021, then June 2024 to arrest. At the time, I was also paying rent out of my paychecks, and $400 a month in health insurance, $1,000 a month in taxes, and was doing everything for him. I never asked for it actually, but then he used it as a weapon against me, textbook financial abuse. I had to run away and close and lock the door behind me, call my mum to come pick me up. I recorded it because I was so isolated and had no other protection to the abuse. I sent it to 3 people, like I said earlier, his mom, my mom, and one friend here in Detroit. I was on the phone with my mom, and she asked when his mom was coming there, and I said, I don't know. He heard that and just ran out and started yelling at me. My mom heard it all. He was live streaming. At one point he says, I don't feel safe in my own home. At that moment, the cops were literally waiting outside his office door. That's why he said that. Oh my god, do you remember that? Yes. What a callback reference. He did say that in his stream. Yes. I remember that. And that was apparently why, because the police were just outside waiting to take him in. Waiting to stick the cuffs on him. I wouldn't feel safe if the coppers were waiting for me, to be honest. After every stream, I worry about that because of our free speech laws. Are the coppers waiting outside to take me in for that silly joke that I said about blacks? He told me to come home and that he wouldn't disturb me. And then he listened into my phone call and started yelling at me. Oh my god, dude. Possibly. I mean, there's a lot of times where he's nuked his VODs and videos and stuff, so it's possible. In fact, I told the cops I didn't want him arrested, and they heard the audio clips and decided for themselves that they were arresting him. I had no choice in the matter. Okay, so obviously without the information, I thought it could be that it's just like the cops turn up and arrest the guy. But if that's true, that looks pretty bad, even if he wasn't charged or whatever, like. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what she's got. The arrest report will be quite enlightening. Yeah, Tina, any body cam footage by any chance that you could share with us? Why don't you do a freedom of information request for the body cam footage, and you can really put out a good fucking thing. Dude, I would react to the BradTasteInMusic body cam. I'd be fucking all over that, dude. That wouldn't even be body cam filler. That would be primo. That would be fucking, you know, primo content. Numero uno for the day. BradTasteInMusic body cam footage. When the cops first got here, though, I was sitting outside and they went to talk to him. The cop came out and said that Brad himself was claiming to be the victim. That's when I pulled out the audio. Dude. Oh, that sure is something, isn't it? That sure is something. Fucking hell, dude. I honestly think this could bury the guy. This could be very bad for old Braddy. Get Henry on the case. Okay, what else have we got here? I think someone posted Rose Mulet's video as well. Should I put that on? What do you reckon? I'm obviously a little bit perturbed by Rose's behaviour, but maybe the video is fun to watch. I'm a bit begrudging of giving Rose more attention, but you know, you can at least see what was sent to me all those months ago, I guess. I'm laughing so hard in the face of every person who thought Brad was actually going to check. Okay, I don't care about that. Brad, don't wait until people are forgetting about the drama and then allude to being a domestic abuser unprompted, Brad. Yeah, that's the video there, yeah. Okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Okay? Because Rose is a disgusting lying clout shark. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll do this.
BradTasteInMusic got arrested over a call.
We will try and excise as much of Rose as possible out of this, okay? So, guys, this is a little bit of an insight into my experience as well, right? Because I think it was last September that Rose sent me this video. And you could only imagine the look on my face when I saw this. It was like, I was literally like, what the fuck? This is insane. So his name is public information, by the way. It's on his Wikipedia page. So that's fine. And then obviously you've got the details here. August 31st, out of custody, own recognizance. Fucking hell, man. Well, yeah. Despite my reputation for being leaky logic, I genuinely try and not publicly reveal stuff if it's sent to me and it's like, this, I don't want this to be public yet or whatever. Like, I try to abide by that, you know, even if it's someone like fucking Rose. Which is what's so, you know, irritating now that Rose is trying to paint this absurd narrative that I was like begging for the video. At points, I obviously was trying to like say, come on, let's get this out there, right? I was trying to twist the arm. So it's not like I was like completely uninterested in the video coming out, you know? But it was never a case of like, you must release the video or something like that. It was always like, well, you know, you do what you need to do. But like, this is getting more publicized now. Like, it's getting more public attention. And in fairness, there is something that I was wrong about, because I thought when the op block tweeted about it, I thought that was going to like draw way more attention than it ended up bringing. So, and I said that in the DMs. I was like, look, this is going to blow up now, because once a small commentary channel gets hold of it, that's the starting point sometimes to these things popping off, essentially. But I was wrong about that, and it didn't. And obviously, you know, over the months you forget about it, you don't think about it, you're doing other things. But I honestly thought that was going to, like, everyone was going to start looking at it going, oh my God, Brad Taste got arrested. But no one noticed. Literally no one fucking noticed. So, you know, you guys need to be more observant, okay?
Confrontation he had with Tina. The reason he told me this is because he said to me while laughing that no one would believe me. The problem is that he didn't account for the fact that this is all public record and I was easily able to find evidence of this occurring. That's not all that I have, but before we proceed, I need to give you some context. So if you're wondering what Vine is, it allows survivors...
So this just describes what Vine is, which is not really important to me. Let's get to some of the actual evidence. We don't want to be looking at Rose's face here, do we? So let's get to some of the DMs. Oh, that's Tina's tweet, I think.
That is the hive he has no respect for. And when I told Brad about the tweet that Tina...
So Tina tweeted out his ex and said, be right back, breaking my lease and moved to Detroit. This tweet again, except this time it's not a joke. Just got my keys in a new place yesterday and I'll be back with all of my stuff next weekend. So I think people at this point were kind of questioning, what the fuck? Because it was such a bizarre turn of events that Brad had, like, split up with Tina.
They want a good term, so bit her and no respect for him. Told Brad about the...
I'm sorry, I can't skip it. It's too quick.
He said it was a...
Here we go. So basically, like, Brad has got this weird friendship with Rose, despite the fact that Rose has burnt Brad before, and, you know, continued to talk to Rose about very detailed private information, despite the fact that Rose has, by this point, I believe, already leaked a bunch of conversation with Rose. It's like, bro, like, you know, I don't know, it's just bizarre. Like I say, you know, I've spoken to Rose because they sometimes send good information, but I would never, in a million years, tell them personal information about myself because they're such like a little rat that will turn on you in a heartbeat. So it's utterly bizarre to me that Brad would reveal very deep personal information like this to Rose when he's already been bitten once by this situation, by Rose releasing stuff, you know? Lame lol, she has no respect for me. People in comments are assuming you guys broke up. Sorry if any of this is upsetting to you. We did. I know. But she is just trying to make it official when it's literally the worst timing. Yikes, and apparently she's working with Hivemind now, but I can't confirm that. I figured that would happen.
Lame and she has no respect for him. They unfollowed each other, but they want to keep all of this private and just pretend like they're still on good terms. No, they're not on good terms. I had a call with Brad.
So, also, another thing to point out with this, right? I wasn't the only person that Rose sent this video to. Rose, as far as I understand, was putting it about all over the place. And a bunch of people got this video, right? And obviously Rose was then fucking complaining, trying to keep it down the down low and didn't want it to come out and didn't want it to be publicized. It's like, well, why are you sending the video to everyone? Why are you sending the video everywhere if you don't want it to come out? Eventually it will. And in February, the little strands of it starting to come out happened. And I think that basically Rose's concern was apparently because of Brad being suicidal. And I reasonably was like, yeah, okay, maybe that's a concern and you don't want to put extra pressure on someone who's really going through the ringer if it is for private stuff. But I think what's more realistic is that Rose didn't want to upset their relationship with Brad further. So it's like, and this is why I think Rose is now sitting there going, basically, give me credit for this. I want credit for talking about this, right? It was like the difficulty of not wanting to upset the relationship with Brad and wanting to keep that going, but also wanted the chance of getting clout and attention for putting this information out there. But the relationship with Brad superseded the desire for clout. But now it's out there, Rose is going about going, oh, well, I want credit for this because I talked about this. You know? Like, that's the dynamic at play here, I think.
And he was saying some very negative stuff about Tina. When Brad made that video saying that he needed 10K, he made that video because Tina wanted money. What you need to understand is that Tina quit her job once Brad started to make money doing YouTube. And because of all the...
He was shopping the video as late as December 2024 after he was in rehab. Yeah, basically, Rose, I don't think truly cared about Brad potentially being suicidal. Rose utilized his suicidality as a way to convince other people not to talk about it. I think that's more realistic as to what the purpose of that was.
The controversy, the money stopped coming in. Brad basically told me that Tina wanted money because he was gonna take time off of work. She basically ratted him out and betrayed him because her source of financial income was gone. And then Brad says, I'm not gonna post about her source of financial income was gone. And then Brad...
But she's just trying to make it official, which is the worst timing. We got the end of the previous set of messages there. I figured that would happen. But anyway, you seem really happy in the road trip photos. Can't listen because I'm in the car with Mom, but I'll listen a bit later. Yeah, you're good, no problem. I'm not going to post about her or any breakup, lol. Let her waste hive mind money instead of mine, lol. Awful. Oh, for real, that's 100% the healthy thing to do. It just sucks that it seems like she's trying to turn the hive mind guys against you. At least that's the impression I got from what you told me. Nah, bah humbug. Forget about Tina. I'm making moves and DJing. Isn't it fucking insane to like leak all of this? I mean, it's just like, you know, to do this video, put all these private DMs in there where there's very personal stuff being discussed, and then start trying to ship it out to creators, but saying don't do it publicly. I don't want it to get publicized yet, or at all maybe. It's like just disgraceful behavior, isn't it? Yes, exactly. It's just like, what the fuck, dude? I don't trust Rose. I do not trust Rose at all. You know, it's just, like I say, sometimes you get a gem that comes through of like, here's a piece of information about this. Oh, also, another thing I'll tell you as well, right? And this is what makes it so fucking obnoxious that Rose is trying to paint certain narratives. Rose was trying to shill the Mr. Beast video. Rose did a video about Mr. Beast and sent it to me. And obviously the idea being that I'd react to it. It's like, you know, I don't want to start fucking leaking reams of DMs, right? Hopefully you can trust my credibility enough that you can believe I'm relaying this accurately. But it's just so fucking obnoxious that Rose is trying to act like there was like, you know, begging for the video on my part. Where Rose is the one that sent me the video in the first place. And yes, I did try and twist the arm a bit at times, so I thought it'd be good to get it out there. Don't get me wrong. But Rose is the person that is often sending the video and being like, you know, wanting you to react to it. And, you know, it was obviously just, it was so outrageous for Rose to act like, it was like, you're putting this video out to so many people. It's so outrageous that you're expecting it to remain private. And then because you've sent this video to me, I can see little strands about it, but it puts me in like this awkward position where it feels a bit fucked to go public with something that's been told to me in confidence. But reasonably, I could come across this information and talk about it. Like feasibly, I could find an op block post about it and talk about it. You know? So, very frustrating. Very frustrating. And it just seems like it was all motivated by Rose not wanting to negatively influence their relationship with Brad. And you can see why, right? Because this video is like a fucking hammer blow to their relationship behind the scenes. Because once again, Rose is releasing all these personal DMs which have got very damaging information in. I don't really feel that sympathetic towards Brad though, because he should know better because Rose has done this before. But it is still like fucked to do regardless.
Brad says, I'm not gonna post about her or any breakup. Let her waste hive mind's money instead of mine. Also, when I had a call with him, he was saying the R slur straight up. Goes along with the point I was making that like the person he is offline is very different from how he portrays himself. Apparently Tina was controlling his life for 5 years and turning his friends against him. But honestly, that's not even the craziest part of this all. That came when Brad sent me an audio message of him basically telling me that he met up with his old friend who's a sex offender.
What's up, Rose? I don't think you needed to do anything different. Rose, you are someone who is self-aware about their own actions and the consequences of which those actions brought. As far as I'm concerned, you're not crazy. You're not horrible. And if it means anything, one of the people I came home to and met, the dude is now a registered sex offender who faced life in prison. And my other friend got in a drunk driving accident and was under house arrest and just got his ankle monitor off. So if you think you have it rough, the people I know in real life are far more dangerous than you can ever be.
Brad really told everybody that he was going offline. And the first thing he fucking does is goes and meets up with his old buddy who's a registered sex offender. You can't make this shit up. And to all of you...
Okay. What is actually wrong with him going and privately meeting a fucking sex offender? Unless he's like a gay rapist, I think Brad is probably going to be safe, no? Like, what? Like, dude, what's the problem here? What does it matter exactly? I mean, I don't fucking care if someone's got a friend that happens to be on... I mean, I don't know, dude. I mean, if the crime was very serious, I might maybe take issue with it. But I don't fucking know. And it seems like he's a private individual, not some public figure that he's going to knock about with. It shows his mindset. What mindset? Bro, after a day of dealing with you fuckers in chat, it would probably be a pleasure to go and relax with a registered sex offender, to be honest with you. It would be very peaceful in comparison, I'm sure.
Who said, oh, Rose doesn't have anything. Do you still think that now? Do you? Do you really? And the people are mad at fucking me. They're mad at me. What the fuck? The context of this is obviously that I felt bad considering how much of a big deal was made out of him being friends with me. And it's like, okay, that message did its job, right?
I just, like, this is not even the, like, not even just the leak. This exact kind of video Rose has done before about Brad. Like, this is what I'm saying, man. Right? He's got Rose to maybe help him at some point, and Rose is doing all this. Who has Brad got that can actually help him navigate this very choppy waters that he's decided to enter by releasing this video? He is fucked. He is so fucked, dude. And I feel bad for him on that alone, but obviously it would be inappropriate for me to reach out to him, talk to him, or offer help. But I just feel bad because I'm like, dude, he's got nobody that's going to be able to navigate this. And he's probably just going to get crushed by this, whether or not he deserves to. It's like outrageous to me. Just feels so fucked up.
Because obviously, there's people out there who are a lot worse than me. But at the same time, I'm just left here thinking like, okay, why is the whole internet mad at me when there's other people to get mad at, you know? Like, I've made a lot of mistakes, but I'm not a sex offender. And if you're gonna get mad at Brad for being friends with anybody, you should probably be that guy, you know? All I'm saying, get off my shoulders, okay? I've had enough of this shit. And so I know you're probably thinking, Rose
finding a way to make it all about themselves. Typical.
Why are you releasing this? So after I made my exposed video on Brad, me and Brad genuinely rekindled. Like, we actually became friends again. And I have proof.
Right. Brad just does not have, like, I don't know what it is, man. It's like, that should be enough. Like, look, I'm sure every creator's had conversations that they regret. I know I have. But surely, you know, the same person you would know. Like, you know, for me, if someone leaks private DMs of any nature, even if it's not that big a deal and it's not like a big problem for me, I take a mental note and I'm like, okay, well, I need to remember that they do that. So if you do interact, just be cautious and don't say anything that you wouldn't want public, right? It's like you just make a mental note and you remember that you need to take a different tact with that person because they've shown a propensity to breach your privacy. But for some reason with Brad, he's like, well, you made a video shitting on me and it looked really bad, but I'm diving right in. Let's talk about my failing relationship and me being, you know, arrested and stuff. Yeah, dude, like, what the fuck, bro? Just outrageous. Totally outrageous.
proof of this too. On Brad's most recent video on his channel, where he's sharing a DJ mix that he made, you can hear my voice. I sent him an unreleased song that I was working on, and he got really excited over us making a collab song together.
You smell that, Rose? There's the undeniable scent of amazing music.
In addition,
Oh my god, bro. What is this guy's problem, man? What is he thinking, dude? What is he doing? Why is he like this? Why is he like this? Might tweak it later. Can I sit the vocal? I'll just talk about the song. Good night. I expect you to not see this till tomorrow, so don't worry. And then he wakes up, and you know, he is sending a video like this.
Smell that, Rose? There's the undeniable scent of amazing music.
in addition to that, you can go on Brad's publicchess.com profile, go to his recent games, and hey, look, there I am. So yeah, now I know what you're thinking. Rose, if you rekindled your friendship with Brad, why the fuck are you posting this video then? Good question. The answer is because I'm impulsive and I posted a little clip of the audio that he sent me. So, oops. Oopsies. And at that point, I'm like, all right, well, I don't want people to
Yeah, Rose is just an utterly despicable, deranged clout freak. That's all it is. That's literally the reason.
speculate any further.
That's it.
Here's everything. Now, Brad is in rehab right now, so he is not watching this video. He is not watching your response videos where you rip off everything that I'm saying here. I see you, Turkey Tom. New Brad situation is crazy. Nah, I see you, fuckers. Yeah, so basically what happened is we fully made up. And, you know, we became friends.
More leaks.
And then I would, like, message him, and he would, like, respond very weirdly. Like, this does not sound like something a real...
Oh my god, dude. It's like, dude, I actually do think, like... Oh, man. But, like, it's a shame. It's a shame, because Brad... It's a shame that Brad wasn't, like... I mean, to be honest with you, Brad should have known better. I'm thinking, like, if only there was a way that Brad would have known this shit was going down. But it's like, it did already, and he already decided to be friends with this wretch again. Thank you for the membership. Wow. I'll replay it because he didn't make the sound.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make money off depressed people?
At Janky Johnny became a member. At Janky Johnny celebrates 18 months of membership. Wow.
Indeed. Thank you for the membership. Keep it coming, guys. Don't forget to support the stream. Chuck a super chat. Bits, tits, Twitch subs, bits, kick subs, all that good stuff. All of that is appreciated. Couldn't do this without you. Thank you very much for listening to my little shill there. I do appreciate it.
Okay, that's wonderful. But how do I make
Hey,
money
Gelatin Frog.
off
Thank you for
depressed
the
people?
$5.
Is this person employed in any capacity? Guessing not?
I think Rose is a perennial, is that the right word? Like, consistently trying to make something of an online career. They tried music, videos, dabbled in drama, gained attention with provocative tweets.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Things like that.
But how do I make money off depressed people?
No tits, but here's some bits.
Hey, Malkaz, yo, thank you for the bits. Let's go, the bars, the heckin' bars, bass, thank you. Okay, when you update me about yourself and tell me you're doing better, I feel both joy and fear. Happy that you're making progress, and also worry about me enabling you in any way. Where to stand with this
Okay,
feedback,
that's
but overall I'm
wonderful.
happy you
But
sent
how do I
this.
make money off depressed people?
Hey Chud, could you give a Fortnite challenge? Wow.
Just, I don't know, do a challenge where you walk into the ocean on the Fortnite island, and then that's it. The end. Thanks for the $5. Enabling me how? What would I say that would scare you? Stuff about my mental health. I've actually not said anything controversial for a while now. I don't ever want to scare you, sorry. I'm wording everything through careful structures I'm learning about in rehab, so please listen carefully to exactly what I say and not what I don't say. Oh, Jesus, dude. Literally just everything getting released here. When I tell you how I feel and it makes you nervous, my brain perceives this as you trying to get me to smooth and calm you down. This makes me feel angry because I won't. I learnt about this yesterday for myself and I'm still paranoid. I'm just always anxious about people hating me and not wanting to talk to me. I mean, that's kind of a cell phone there from Rose leaking that part. When I'm paranoid and sober, I feel more comfortable confronting you about this. Thank you for clarifying, Rose. I can't help you with that, unfortunately. It's important right now for me to just focus on my own anxieties. Okay, sorry, talk to you when you get out of rehab then. When you responded with talk to you when you get out of rehab, it makes me sad because I feel like you aren't understanding me. Bro, this shit is just modern day lobotomization for men. Okay? That's what this is. Listen to what a fucking SSRI'd out freak Brad sounds like here. It's outrageous. It's totally outrageous what they do to men in these institutions. I'm sorry you feel that way. I need to focus on my own anxieties. I feel like when you say this, you're trying to say this. Woman's medicine for a man's brain. Outrageous that he's talking like this.
Person says. And so I'm like, okay, what the fuck's going on? Because it was like days before, we were having conversations, we were playing chess, things were going great. And then as soon as he checks into rehab, it's like those people got to him. They started whispering in his ear, like, Rose Mulet's bad news, you gotta drop her. And he's trying to like let me down slowly because...
Yeah, you are. If they did say that, they were correct. You are bad news. Look at how you're stabbing him in the back, releasing all this crazy shit about him.
I know too much. I'm wording everything through careful structures I'm learning about in rehab, so please listen carefully to exactly what I say. What the fuck is that shit? What the fuck is that? Thank you for clarifying, Rose. I cannot help you with that, unfortunately. And it's like, listen, I'm sympathetic that Brad is dealing with his own shit, right? And the thing is, Brad can say what he wants. He knows that I'm fucking right about everything I'm saying. So I basically respond to Brad, and I'm like, hey, you know, you're being very unclear. Are we still friends or are we not? I basically say to him, like, listen, I understand that you're dealing with shit, okay? If you don't want to talk to me, that's fine. I'll talk to you when you get out of rehab. And then he fucking takes me saying that as like some sort of manipulation. I'm just a very anxious person, right? He's giving me weird responses. I don't know if he hates me. So I'm like, hey, I just want to make sure.
Dude, whenever someone gets into these sorts of treatments and facilities, they just go, yeah, this is what happens. They just go therapized language, fucking whatever, right? They get a bunch of stuff shoved into their brain. Like, it's not that ridiculous that you might see a difference in how they talk to you. And obviously, Rose is seemingly a fucking bag of anxiety and whatnot. So he's interpreting it in the worst possible way. And it's like, no, it's not that deep. It's obviously he's just going through some shit at the moment, you know?
That, like, when we got our rehab and stuff, we're still gonna, like, talk and be friends and stuff. And if we're not, just tell me openly, you know? Instead of whatever this weird shit you're doing. I say, I just interpreted that as, okay, you need some space at this time, and I get that, so I'm respecting that. I just want to ensure that when you do feel better, we'll still be able to talk and you're not trying to burn a bridge. That's what I mean. Sorry I didn't communicate that well. And then he says, when you say, I want to ensure that when you feel better, we can still talk, my brain interprets this as emotional manipulation instead of reflection or the conversation. I feel scared for even thinking that, and the repeated interpretation that this has me fearful and sad. Unfortunately, I fear that you won't be able to be calm enough for us to play chess or spend any time together.
Oh my
Has
god,
Brad heard
dude.
about the block button? Wow.
Thank you for $3. Yeah, I think, dude. I mean, Brad is like this Rose individual has been let. Brad has let Rose in, and Rose has clamped on like a lamprey, and now he's in like this position where it's difficult to shake them loose. So he's kind of having to like manage it as best he can, I guess. But I mean, he's completely correct if he is genuinely bothered or concerned with Rose, because we're literally looking at all these private DMs now. I mean, obviously, it's from last September, but you get the point, right?
I want to be your friend, and when I feel clinged onto in any way, I want to run. Hey Brad, you expect all your fans to forgive you for your 64,328 mistakes and counting, but God forbid I be a little insecure considering the fact that we've had a falling out like 3-4 times and we managed to be friends again because I understand you in a way that nobody else fucking does and you know it too. And then I reasonably get worried,
dude.
like, you know, I wonder if this guy's gonna hate me again. But you can't take that. You can't handle that. And then you basically tell me, it's over. Dude goes to rehab for 1 fucking day and thinks he's pretentious and above everyone else's mental illness. Like, no. And let's be honest, I'm a piece of shit for making this video. I feel like a horrible fucking person. But it's a huge weight lifted off of my fucking shoulders, okay? I suck with keeping things secret. I suck with personal information. And you know what? All this shit made me realize something. Brad was never a true friend. Whenever I reached out to him about my own mental health issues, he was never there or receptive, and he never reciprocated the support that I showed him when he was dealing with shit.
Okay, dude, I don't care about all this shit. I literally could not care less about any of this. What is this last part of the video?
With it. I don't wish bad on him. I just wish he'd stop being hypocritical. That's all.
I warned Bradley of his problems. Did he listen?
I just let this whole YouTube thing just completely consume me. And I've not been really giving time to the things that are important, like...
Bro! Dude, he has been like a little wretch for years. This is from June 2019. Oh my god, dude. I just don't think he's cut out for all this, to be honest. He's just not. He's just too fucked in the head, man. Like, if you can't just lock in and do the music reacts, you need to just like not. I don't know, man. It's like you need to have the ability to shut everything out, lock in, and do a fucking stream. And then if you've got problems, you got mental stuff, you got, you know, whatever, relationship shit, whatever, you fucking handle that outside of that. But you've just got to lock in and do your fucking content. And he clearly has had a repeated issue with doing this. And dude, it is such a simple thing he's got to do. People pay him to listen to music. He listens to music and he talks about what he thinks about the music. It is literally like incredible fucking gig he had going.
You know, college.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 8 times, am I a f***ing idiot? I must be an idiot.
So what's funny is with Rose, I know I did a video with her at some point. Controversial stuff happened, it ended up getting taken down. But I feel like just looking at how she's kind of interacted with me.
As Brad keeps growing his channel, I can imagine that over time, people will start feeling the same way about him that they felt before about ARTV.
It absolutely matters, sub count.
Oh, that chick? Nah, don't worry about that. But that's a lot of drama. Literally none of it matters. Like, it is, like, 2 years old, still holding a grudge over essentially nothing. It's clout. That's what it is. You know? Like, you can agree with me here, right? It's literally not even worth addressing.
Is that Tina there? I think, is that Tina? Any Brad heads? No? Is that Tina? Okay. And so I think Brad is talking about Rose here. Dude. I'm just like, he knew back then. He knew back then what Rose was all about and didn't think to like, and then, you know, later on went to talk. Oh, dude, it's just so deranged. It's so deranged.
I promise you.
Another thing I want to mention is because everyone assumes that, you know, my thing with Bradley was just for clout. Bradley, we definitely had a falling out and it was pretty public. And the thing that hurts me the most is like, I've talked a lot to Bradley. Like, he knows the kind of person I am. And at the time I made those really stupid tweets, he said like, dude, I know this isn't...
This is like almost bar for bar what Rose did recently. This is like, I've obviously never seen this before. This is like what happened previously between Rose and Brad, but like back in 2019. It's like the same fucking thing. Yes, this is Rose. Yes, yes.
You, but this is really bad, so I'm gonna have to delete the video. What about Bradley? I'm really glad that he's taking time off of YouTube to reflect on himself. I think it's great that he's working on some of his emotional problems. He generally seems like he's gotten a lot better. I just hope he's okay. You know, as someone who's known you before this whole YouTube thing, you know, before it was ever about, you know, the money or the clout or anything, I just miss when it was just talking as friends. You know, we would talk about music, we would play chess, and it was just fun. And I think a lot of the reason why I acted out the way I did was because I was scared I was losing a friend. Back when no one was there for me, you know, I was confining myself to Bradley in a way that I didn't really to most people in this community. The drama, controversy happened in like late 2017. I tried contacting Bradley after that, and he kind of just like made it clear, he's like, you know, you're controversial, I don't want to talk to you, I don't want to associate with you.
If you haven't already, my channel should be down in the description, so check us both out. This is where I sign off. Yo, had a good time doing this. Peace.
This is from Rose Mulet. The subscriber count impact the way that people view your content.
Bro. So he's got this like long history with Rose, and he's just never learned that they're just a disgusting clout shark. It is difficult to feel bad. I mean, I do feel bad still. It's just difficult to get there because it's like, you're a fucking moron, bro. You're literally a fucking idiot. Why? Is this literally the best, like, advocate or person around you can get? Someone that just fucking backstabs you at every turn, given an opportunity to do so? Where's your, like, actual people that will back you, that you can talk to privately without messages getting leaked, that you can rely on to give you advice in, like, moments of, like, problems and shit like that, you know?
And by the way, Brad said to me that he was okay with telling me this, knowing that this might get out eventually. I tried being nice to him.
Oh, dude, that was rough.